right there going down into turn 1 could be a nut. Oh, my goodness. Upside down.
You're entering that corner at almost 200 miles per hour.
That had to be quite a ride right there. Gotta believe something's happened back here. My goodness, boy. Does that not tell you how fast you're going?
Yeah, I think right now, Chris, when you watch and see this, he's doing what he's doing. He's just air driving all over the racetrack. Oh, trouble! Elliott Sadler over once and a half and on his roof. Now the car tumbling hard onto the pavement in turn 3. Caution is out.
A look at this moment. That is Michael Waltrip, out of control, tri-oval, into a series of sidewinders. 9 shattering snap rolls. Less than an hour later, he was out of the infield care center.
All that skirmishing left a clear path for Jarrett on the outside.
Oh, trouble!
Rudd in the wall, hard. Schrader in the wall, hard. Jarrett the winner, Gordon second, and Rudd on his roof for the second time in the Bud shootout, reminiscent of 1984 when his car tumbled.
Ricky Rudd slamming toward the wall, crashing, rolling over. Running in a tight little pack. Wasn't a lot of cars in that race. It was like 12.
Level and in trouble is 07 LaJoy. Randy LaJoy slamming into the wall. Randy LaJoy out of Norwalk, Connecticut, destroying his automobile.
And a trouble. Oh, we have a car upside down, rolling down the racetrack. That's the number 48 car, driven by Greg Sachs. Looks like also Lake Speed also involved. Greg Sachs' car on its top. However, we can see movement inside the cockpit. We believe there's a small fire burning in the engine compartment. It looks that way on top of the engine. And there we see Greg crawling out from the car. Yes, boy, get out of there. Atta boy. Oh. So that's always good to see the driver come out after it. Yeah, I think they did touch a little bit there going into turn 1. Oh, and Lake Speed is on the roof. Flipping down the backstretch. The car rolling over several times. Dave Marcus involved in it. Now like Jimmy Spencer's car is involved. Here comes Hunt Strickland spinning around. Jimmy Means in the back of the pack got by.
Mike Wallace on the inside, the FTP Brake Chevrolet back up front. Mark Martin has picked up where he left off before. One car spinning, the car number 41.
Johnny Benson, as a car takes a roll as it slid backwards, apparently the air just picked the back end of it up and around and rolling over. Here they come back.
Knocked my breath out. Here comes Benson on the bottom. Fuller and Rick Wilson. Fuller. Oh, no. And tumbling goes Randy LaJoy over the hood of the 92 Larry Pearson.
There goes the page.
Back to the line. And it is Chad.
There's a pass. Gordon making a move on the inside of Earnhardt. Oh, Jarrett's loose.
Down the back straightaway. Big trouble. Earnhardt out. And for the 19th time.
He pushed Kyle Busch to the win here last year. Kyle Busch was in the truck he's driving. Oh, there they go. Hornaday goes around. The rain cart the kid. Almost upside down, and he does go on his foot as Ron Hornaday. There just wasn't any way. Hornaday rolls again in turn number 1.
White flag.
White flag is out. 2.6 miles to go. Oh, trouble, the big one. On the dinger, on his lid. Side over side, end over end. Kevin Harvick's going to win this race.
Actually trying to pick up where he left off. Look at Kyle Busch there, sideways again in that 18 car.
Well, he's driving really defensively right now. He's trying to keep Jeff Gordon behind him, and Jeff is working him over. Look at that. Jeff's going to move him up out of the groove and get by him.
Whoa, Busch is around. Can he save it this time?
Oh, there you go.
He does. He saves it. But there's a
Jeff Gordon's upside down. Jeff Gordon's upside down.
And Kurt Busch's car is destroyed.
Oh my gosh. Jimmy Johnson's car destroyed.
crew quickly on the scene to aid Jeff Gordon. On the radio, he has told his team he is okay.
Yeah, I see him. I think I can see him moving.
He's coming back. He's got pushing from Joey Coulter, and they're making some ground.
Now moving off of the bottom of the racetrack as they come into the tri-oval.
Stay on the yellow line. They're trying to make something happen up top here. Stay on the yellow line.
Jason White, and around they go. That will bring the caution out as Joey Coulter goes flying into the catch fence just past the start-finish line, and that will mean John King will win at Daytona.
Stop this car just loose early on in this race, but they did settle down much better.
Straight away. 48 big hit, and Jimmy Johnson goes spinning
down. Busher. Oh, man.
Chris Busher on his lid and lands back on his wheels. Caution. And around she goes into Kenseth.
Oh, gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall hard.
Man, Kenseth.
Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fence back there. The way it landed was...
I am not believing that.
Takes 37 cars out of the race. Some drivers free themselves from the wrecked cars to find out, is anyone hurt?
Pocono, I think the 82 season.
Through the tri-oval, Checkered is waving. Ernie Irvan wins, and Rusty spins and gets airborne and flips wildly right at the start-finish line, very reminiscent of his accident at Daytona.
Oh, man. That is too bad.
Trouble in turn number one. Mark spins out of control. The whole pack is involved. Cars tumbling through the air. Over on the hole, twisting around and hit again as it comes back to the bottom of the racetrack in the corner. A savage crash in turn one. Several cars involved.
I remember.
Steve Park is off into the infield. Over on his lid, it's Parkindale Jr. Terrible crash.
Trouble off
Trouble, big
four.
trouble.
Newman slams the wall. Comes Schrader, and Newman is in the air and over. Brian Newman, last year's Rookie of the Year. The rear end ripped from the car.
Look at that thing lift up, Larry.
Just takes off like an airplane.
That's 3,400 pounds, folks. Just lifting up in the air like a feather.
And the right rear wheel digs into the dirt and tears the whole rear end loose from the car.
Yeah, if the tire hadn't come off of the wheel, it probably wouldn't have turned over like that. But once the tire came off and it dug in and flipped it. Let's watch her here and see what happens. Oh, Kenny Schrader got out of control, got into him. Oh, that's what happened, Mike. His right rear tire came off. Car goes airborne, then when it hits the ground, it digs in and just rips it apart. Looking at Dale Jarrett's car. Wow.
Big track.
Holy cow, the car upside down on the back straightaway.
Carl Long has crashed hard and collected Bobby Labonte in the process.
Jimmy Brickhouse reports to the team they think they may have some slight cosmetic damage with the crash.
Trouble in turn one. Oh, car on its roof. Michael Waldron. Mark Martin is in it. One of the championship contenders.
Elliott Sadler, the Polson of 38. Heavy damage.
Those pit stops, Denny Hamlin took 2 tires that time, while Nemechek took 4 as Nemechek goes by Hamlin, or tries to.
Oh, not going to work. It's not going to work. Here we go again, boys.
And up and over goes Casey Mears.
What a day. I don't think I've ever seen I've been here, coming here for 30 years. I've never seen a day like this.
That was ugly. Hamlin got turned and squeezed up into 2.
Trouble. Holding car back in the front of the field. Oh, and Scott Riggs on his roof. Oh, Riggs
win. Watch the 22 of Scott Wimmer, the yellow car, take a wild ride here.
What started at Greg Biffle came down in the 10, or the 10 went up to Greg Biffle. They got together anyhow.
The luckiest man there was Rusty Wallace. Got a little tap and kept on going.
Now watch Wimmer. Over once, twice, 3 on his nose, 4.
Turn 4. It's going to be a drag race all the way back to the start-finish line. No caution. They're side by side, right to the line.
Big crash. Here they come. Checkered flag. Harvick. Kevin Harvick wins the Daytona 500.
We got one car on his roof coming across the start-finish line.
Still wrecking. They're wrecking everywhere. Boyer's on fire. Jeff Gordon's wrecked.
And they are still wrecking.
Montoya, Stremme, Kenseth.
So what did he do? He implemented a specialized team, completely dedicated to restrictor plate racing. Less than a dozen people. Oh, and we've got trouble on the track, and it's Kyle Busch upside down.
Big time crash. Kyle Busch goes upside down and rolls down across on his roof here on lap 26. Cars comes back over, and now side over side barrel rolls.
It had been a while, but I spent about $650,000, so I wasn't too happy about that part. But the racing was good, and up until we got upside down, we were kind of running. We weren't in the red yet in our pocketbook, but that surely put us there.
Spoken like a true car owner, my friend. Stand on that thing, man. Corral her up, get her tightened up, get on up there. That green car is, of course, a lap down car, Chad Little.
He can help somebody, and he can hurt somebody.
Yep. Here we go.
Top foot eye.
Ooh, that one bad.
4 times over the next 15 laps until suddenly
Trouble, turn 3. Car spinning up into the wall mid-pack.
Dale Jarrett, one of them.
Mark Martin is in it. Elliott Sadler, the rookie, and car spin.
See Terry Labonte.
Steve Park is in there, 99. Jeff
Burton, yeah.
Joe Nemechek, 42.
Sideways there underneath the 27 car. Casey Atwood almost lost control.
And a big...
Oh, trouble. Oh, and one car upside down.
Casey Atwood. And sliding through the grass, Kenseth climbs around.
White and yellow flag.
Atwood's car is destroyed.
Well, I guess they just hooked to it and just jerked it off. But, folks, look here what happened. Steve Park is going to come to watch as he backs in the fence. Overturns completely in the air, comes down on all 4.
Looks like those guys.
A car hits the wall. Another hits him. He's heading for the wreckage. It's Wally Campbell. He's spilling gasoline. Wally Campbell still in the burning car. He's out. He's safe.
Turn number 2, Johnny Anderson. Flipping the third-place car has crashed on turn number 2. Anderson's car totally destroyed. You could see his arm out of the car as the car was broken.
2 by 2 out of the second turn and down the backstretch. That's Waltrip and Alan Kulwicki leading this.
Oh, look at her.
hope is going to try to make the pass as well. But I think Krebs doesn't realize he's there. They make contact, and which turns both cars straight. Man, oh man, watch that car flipping.
Yeah, it flipped high into the air, rolled over in the air, and then when it landed, things have settled down, but only marginally up front. Jeff Purvis at the front, 5-car draft. They're trying to break away. Everybody else is trying to find a place in line, and big trouble in the air. Goes Mark Martin on his roof. No, that is not. It is Ward Burton, excuse me. Jim Bound is in the wall. Phil Parsons has spun. Tommy Houston spins.
That's Brad in the black car. They're racing for the win. Carl said he may have come down just a bit. Brad held his line to keep from going over the yellow line. Ryan Newman gets wrecked. And Edwards flies into the fence.
Go. Coming to the white flag.
Yeah.
Oh, here goes Kurt Busch around.
Oh, crash behind you. Crash.
Oh, Mark's upside down everywhere.
Mark Martin is over on his roof.
Back on his
into the wall. Casey Mears, Rudeman is there. Reagan is there. Robbie Gordon, Jeff Gordon.
See Montoya driving through the grass.
Good for Kyle Busch because of that downforce, that right front fender damage. He didn't need this to happen.
That guitar.
So Joey Logano.
Oh, a big crash along the front straightaway, including Stenhouse in 62 of Brendan Gaughan, the 15 of Michael Annette. So the caution comes out again.
Oh, no,
it'll be our 10th.
He lost it, overcorrected, and went right into your door. No gas.
So Stenhouse, who had a really strong run going in the top 15, is involved in this.
Man, look at all the damage you got right here. This car's been upside down. This is Joe Nimitz.
Take a look, boy.
Holy cow.
He was upside down.
Yeah, that car definitely, whenever you can see the roof flaps, take a look. Here we go.
Okay, he's looking inside of Michael Annette, and this wreck happens in front of them.
There is the 16. He's already turned around. That all happened in front.
Now, where's Joe Nemechek?
Oh, right there.
Gosh.
Who got in? And it was the 16 with a
Stop.
Oh.
David Reagan, David Rudeman.
Yeah, David Reagan obviously gets into the wall hard, comes back across, collects David Rudeman. Vicious impact to that inner barrier wall there, which is solid steel. Both of those guys walked away from this incident, but we learned a lot when we saw that.
Well, I'm with Denny on this one. They'll never make it another lap or two, Denny. I just don't see no way. This is crazy. Crazy
They ain't gonna
stuff.
make it. They gotta make it 6 more times.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There was no way.
Bobby Labonte's in it. Strimmi's in it. Jeff Gordon down to the ground.
Nothing else coming from behind.
Move here off turn 4 like Kevin did. Oh, and there
Shots
they
into
go.
the wall
They
with the
wrecked.
one of McMurray. 3, 4 cars around. One on its roof. One car hard into the wall.
That was a...
And it ends in flames and sparks.
Our front row.
We did test here. Start-finish line. Logano comes down into Paul Menard. One car gets up on top of a group and goes flipping over and over, and the 30 lands on its roof. That's Parker Kligerman.
Prior to today, the only place where... Oh, big trouble. That's the rookie Suarez up and over Regan Smith, the big one at Daytona in the Tri-Oval. Coke 0400 here at Daytona.
I think if there is weather coming, you'll see a little bit more sense of urgency right now with these guys than we have up to this point.
I'm not sure my heart can take much more of the sense of urgency than what we've seen the first part of this race.
Very true.
Outside lane, hanging tough here on the restart.
Oh, here we go.
Trouble. That's Casey Kane that goes sideways. Joey Logano nowhere to go.
Oh, my. You have to feel this guy.
The big one at Daytona has happened at lap 97.
That is the huge one at Daytona.
Justin Allgaier.
Oh, the
Denny
18
Hamlin.
gets on its roof.
Kyle Busch rolls upside down.
Wow.
See the 26 car of Cole Witt, the 38 of David Gilliland.
Todd comes down the hill, forces him to the inside. The air gets underneath the truck, turns it over. Revolution, and then back on.
Bobby Hamilton has impressed us all with his strategy, stuck to his game plan, and now here he is getting ready to battle for the win at Daytona.
And a side-by-side battle for the lead. Whoa! Whoa! Problems early on. Chad Chapin gets spun around and upside down. Chapin back onto his wheels.
Okay, let's see what happened. Looks like bump drafting might be. Yeah, Dennis gave him a little shot. Wow! Wow, completely over.